Hey, Tony, guys, here. Y'all got to forgive me. I got to walk another 20 minutes, so forgive me for being on the treadmill, but I got to get this in. Been talking about this Tinder swindler. Now, one of y'all brought it to my attention, which I thought about that and forgot to say it in my last video, is how you got to think about this on an everyday level. One person said, this is like when a man, on an everyday level, when a man asks to borrow grocery money, and then he take another woman out to eat with that money. And that's what you have to realize. Like y'all taught me about the Yahoo boys. You gotta think about them. A lot of them guys, they'll get $1,000 from 1,000 different women in 1 year. And that's $1 million. And the money is just sent through Western Union. So how does the Tinder swindler happen? So this is what you have to realize. For one, when you meet a scammer, online or offline, what he's first going to do is he's going to love bomb you. He's gonna love bomb you. He's going to call you every day, or he's gonna talk to you, and he's gonna get you interested. Then some may flip it and then starve you. And they may get to where they get you hooked and then they fall off to see if you're gonna chase them, see if you're gonna text, get you desperate. But that's another variation of it. But typically, they're gonna get you and they're gonna starve you. I mean, they're gonna love bomb you. And then he's gonna listen to you. Like the woman said, the man listened. The second woman on Tinder swindler said he listened well. He's gonna listen to you not because he cares, but he's looking for his end. And he's gonna play on your desperation. He's gonna play on your loneliness. He's gonna play on your frustration. He's gonna play on your past experience or past pain, past trauma. He's gonna ask a lot of questions. He's gonna listen. And then he's gonna speak to the voids in your life. So if he could tell you, if he knows you want marriage or he knows you want kids, he's gonna talk about marriage. He's gonna talk about y'all having kids. He's gonna use we. He's gonna use we a lot. And he's going to be selling a dream. And what this does to the woman is it gets the woman to drop her guards. So she drops her guards because she starts to feel safe and secure. She starts to feel like this man wants what I want. That's what she starts to feel like. And so then when he gets you hooked, he gets you interested, he dangled the bait, you bit the bait. Now what you have to realize about the bait is the bait will be different depending on the woman. So when he talks to the woman, for some women, the bait is a man who's down on his luck, who was very successful, but he's down on his luck. He lived with his mom. He lived with a roommate. For some women who desperate for a man, but she hasn't admitted that desperation, the man can tell that, so now he shows his hand that he's down on his luck so that she will invite him to live with her. For some women, it's going to be the very successful man who he's living off credit cards, he's living off borrowed money, he's living off loans, and he sells a dream that he's very successful. For some women, it's going to be the emotional, embattled man. He's stressed, he's struggling, he's under spiritual attack, he's at danger from his neighborhood. People he used to associate with, they out to get him. He's gonna pull on her emotional strings because he sees she's a nurturer and she likes to be a caregiver, caretaker. So he's gonna play on that. Now, whatever it is, it's gonna still be a love bomb. It's gonna feel so it's gonna engulf you. You're gonna feel so invested. You're gonna feel so into this man, so needed, so wanted. Then what's gonna happen is he's gonna introduce, so first is comfort. it's putting you in your element, in your comfort zone. Then it's going to crisis. So it's going to go from comfort to crisis. So here comes the crisis. Depending on the man and how many women, if you're the only woman, then it may come within 2 weeks or a month. But mind you, y'all are talking 3 to 4 hours a day. When it comes within 2 weeks, y'all talking 3 to 4 hours a day. A month, you may be an hour a day to 2 hours a day. 3 months, 6 months, he may even miss some days in between there. But now comes the crisis. His child has cancer, or his mom has cancer. Something happened with his family member, something happened with him. So now comes the crisis. He lost his job, somebody stole from him, his cards got shut down, his bank account is frozen. It comes crisis. Then, with the crisis, you become the supply. You everything that he needs, you his whole dream, and he's playing on your desire for love or for marriage or for a family, and he's telling you this is for the family. And this is exactly what the Tinder swindler did. Now these type of people, it's male and female that do this. They do it to men and women. When the women who do it, they typically play the damsel in distress, but some of them may also play the successful businesswoman who then needs an investment, needs a line of credit from the man with her huge idea that's gonna sell for $100 million. Like the lady from Theranos, who she had this fake idea that does not work, and she getting millions and millions and millions of dollars for a fake idea that does not work. And she played that role as strong and confident and an alpha female who got this big idea, and she played on investing in women, supporting women. So it can happen both ways, but right now we're talking about Tinder swindler, which is a man. For now, if you a man who done did online dating and you want to tell your story, email me at support@tonygasson.com, support@tonygasson.com. We'll do it on Zoom and put it on my channel. Now see, listen. So here you have this crisis. So now you're gonna feel needed. You're gonna feel wanted. But see, the messaging is, this is for us. This is for our family. This is for our future. And that's what the Tinder swindler did. And so the women were desperate, but it's not even about desperation. It's about desperation, but it's also just about being a kind human being. If somebody get real close to you, you want to be able to help them. So these people not just playing on ignorance and desperation, they also playing on human nature. They playing on human desire. Like I met a young man and he was like, yeah, we're getting ready to do a camp. And so we're gonna raise funds, for the camp or whatever. We're gonna present the camp free. I gave him $500. That was my first time ever meeting him. So after that, if a person is a scammer, they'll see that and they'll keep presenting stuff. And so you got to realize this is human nature as well, is we want to be of service. We want to help. We want to be there. We want to put our cape on and rescue. So you got to think about that. You got to realize that. So now after coming to crisis, now it's going to be crisis on top of crisis, crisis on top of crisis. But what is going to be in between is going to be little breadcrumbs. Going to breadcrumb you. Little breadcrumbs. So what the scammer is going to do, they're going to say, hey, can I borrow $100? But then they're going to hit you back with $200. They might get $200 to you. Or they might promise you $200 and not get it to you. Like what Tinder swindler did, he go $100K. It looked like a real check. The one woman, $500,000 check, the bank wouldn't cash it. Fake check. Fraudulent check. So he said, well, I gave you the money. That's not on me anymore. I gave it to you. She's like, well, you ain't cash or you ain't give it to me. I gave you the money. So, boom, faked her. That still could be a form of breadcrumbing. So what he gonna do is, the scammers, they'll give you $20, but then ask you back for $100. They'll give you $20 like they blessing you. Like they blessing you. And so before the scammer gets you, the scammer might take somebody else's money and buy you a gift for $500. Then might get you another one and another one and another one. So they might get you thousands of dollars worth of stuff or hundreds of dollars worth of stuff depending on the level it's on. But then when they come to you, I had an auntie used to do that. Get out the car at my grandma's house, she just come up to you and give you $20. 2 weeks later, hey, Tony, talking to my daddy, not me. Can I borrow $100? I got a bill to pay. My daddy say, no, I ain't got that. Huh? I just gave you $20 the other day. I gave you $20 the other day. This how you gonna do me? Well, hold on now. I ain't asked you for that $20 now. You just gave that to me. I ain't asked you for that. Still, I gave it to you, and this how you gonna act? Oh, I see now. And then my auntie will take and call your job. Yeah, Tony's selling drugs. Y'all need to get rid of him. And she'll get people fired. And so that's another form of how scammers will do. The scammer will come in and he or she will wine you and dine you. Get you to drop your guards. Get you comfortable. And then create the crisis. So now after the crisis, now it's going to come a little bit of convenience. And when I say convenience is, they might put some love making on you. Hugging, kissing, loving on you, rubbing your feet. Might give you some money back. Might give you a piece of the money back, but not all of it. Might make a connection for you. Give you a little bit of convenience. And now come a larger crisis. Now you get into the larger crisis. Now see, after this cycle happens of comfort and crisis and comfort and crisis and comfort and crisis, after this happened over and over, what happened is it starts to create this emotional response from you that you feel like Superman or Superwoman and you want to be there for them. It literally becomes the dynamic of the relationship, and you are not now mother hen or father hen, and you protecting and providing and you looking out, and this now becomes your life purpose, to secure and to protect your life partner so that you can have the desires of your heart, which is a marriage and a family. So now you no longer recognize the crisis that's being presented to you as a scam. You start to see it as, this is my soulmate's life. This is my soulmate's calling. This is my soulmate's destiny. And this is my role in his or her life. So now that's how you get entrapped. Because after a few times, it's now the norm. And you want love. You want to hit the lottery in love, in family, in relationships, or whatever it is. So when they just give you a little lottery ticket, now you feel comfortable. So they give you a little something, and they get you to a place to where y'all gotta forgive me. I thought I saw a shadow moving in my garage. As if my garage door had came up. And see, now it went dark again. Like my garage opening and closing. Wonder if my wife came back home. My wife probably back home. I'm like, hold on now, what's going on now? My wife probably back home. And so now it get to a place to where you get comfortable. I done did the Tinder Swindler video like Simon over here. Like Simon done popped up. Like what I told y'all, got to watch out for Simon now. But he coming for some folks. He coming for some folks. He just trying to let it die down so that when stuff happen, people don't expect him. Trust me when I tell you now. But they always gonna expect him. That's why he taking his time. Somebody crazy as Simon might wait 10 years to get them women back. Might wait 20 years to get them women back. Might wait till them women is married with a child in high school, getting ready to graduate, and Simon pop up. This ain't the end of this, trust me. It's gonna be movies, series, everything made by Simon. He ain't done yet. Simon ain't done doing what he doing till he put in the ground. So somebody put Simon in the ground, Simon ain't gonna start doing what he doing because he already back out at it. So listen to me now. This is a special breed of a person. These people, they so deranged that doctors can't even understand it. Psychoanalysts, psychotherapy, they ain't even studied the likes of all these type of people. They ain't seen all of this because this online dating was not around when these doctors started to study this human behavior. So they seeing a whole new hybrid mutation of these people that's deranged up here. So you're gonna start to get to this place to where comfort, crisis, comfort, crisis, comfort, crisis. And I'm making this up, this little thing. It's probably a doctor out there with something similar, but I'm just taking you through it from the mindset now, okay? And so now it becomes your purpose. Now you feel needed, now you feel wanted. And the only time that you get the strength and you wake up is when you realize the desires of your heart are not gonna be met by this person. And that you were doing these things not from the goodness of your heart, but because of what you wanted in return. You wanted love, you wanted marriage, or you wanted a family. Or you wanted to be with a billionaire, or you wanted to be with a millionaire, or you wanted to be with a thug, or you wanted to be with a business owner or a successful person. Whatever it is, you was doing it to get that in return. And when you realize you're not gonna get that in return, and that this person has you in this spin cycle to where you're going through this cycle, to where they give you a little bit and they take double of what they gave. Give you 10, ask for 20. Give you 100, ask for 200. And now you start to realize, but you've been satisfying yourself and you've been soothing yourself with the little bit they gave you. But now they got you in this here cycle. So the next thing you know, boom, you caught up and you feel stuck. So this is why it's a slow burn. This is why the scammer take their time, because they want to get you in a place of comfort. They want to get you in a place of familiarity. They want you to be familiar with them. They, like Simon, met the first lady, met her mama, talked to her mama on the phone. They want to meet your family. They want to do all this because, you know what, let me keep going because I'm at 3.4 miles. I might as well go on 3.5. And so they get you at this place, and now you've given your friends your butt to kiss. Your friends told you this don't look right, this don't sound right, this ain't right, something up, something going on. And you give all them your butt to kiss. So now you on Gilligan's Island. And now the person has you isolated, they got you stranded. And your friends is like, you know what, forget you. You don't want to listen, you want to do what you want to do, you want to give this person money, you want to do all of that. Go, all right, you're going to get what's coming to you. So you don't want to call them. Your mama tried to tell you, your daddy tried to tell you, your boss tried to tell you, your coworker tried to tell you, your business partner tried to tell you. Everybody tried to tell you, you gave everybody your butt to kiss because you want what you want so bad, you disregarding everything. This is where this scammer wants you at. They want you isolated so that you could be annihilated. Isolation before annihilation. And now they get you in that place, and now you feel stuck. And this is why you're there for 6 months of the scamming, 12 months of the scamming, a year and a half of the scamming, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, because you in so deep. You don't want to believe that this is a scam. You don't want to believe that you are being used. Because if you check out, everything you've done is a waste. It's all a loss. So you give more and more and more and more because you don't want to be the person who stops digging right before striking gold. So at this point now you're gold digging. You are doing more and doing more and doing more because you already in so deep. And you in so deep, you like, eventually this is going to pay off. Eventually this is going to happen. Eventually I'm going to get something back in return. So let me give more. Let me give more. But see, with the user, with the scam artist, and whatever other term you're using, they're never going to return anything. And then, see, old Simon met his match in the lady. What she did is not recommended. It's very risky. She went to get his stuff. And see, this is the thing to the scammers, to the men. When you want to play the game, you don't want to play it with no woman. You do not want to play that game with no woman. When you meet, what I try to tell men, and this is what men don't realize. What men don't realize is that women smarter than us. Women can play these games way better than us. But it's typically the men who doing the scamming. But when Simon met his match, boy, y'all gotta forget. Simon went losing it. Call me right now. Then he went to, I'm so sorry, I really miss you. I love you. This is for us. Listen, I done been through that. Just in regular dating. In regular dating, trying to teach a lesson. That woman go to stand her ground with my wife. Listen, I try to cop a little attitude, try to give her silent treatment, and her silent treatment beat mine. Woo! Try to act mad. She taught me early on, listen, you being quiet ain't gonna get you nothing. You better say what you want. You better communicate and speak up and do this the right way. Don't get into them little tactics of, abuse and all of that mental. Hey, this happen in everyday relationships. So listen, to the victim, you know what to do. Now this sister here, she went and got all his luxury stuff and she watched that man suffer. She went to selling that stuff. He thought she played him. She beat him at his own game. Now see, that's the thing. For her to know how to do that and for her to play that game, that also says something about her. And that's why I try to tell you, y'all women that's on this line, y'all online looking for something. All three of them women was looking for a come up. They were looking for a come up. They didn't like what they city got to offer. So they wanted a larger pool of men. And you see that them first two, they like that life in the fast lane. They like to live. The second one was the friend, but she all in the Mykonos. She liked to live. And so, just like the child mama, his baby mama, she liked to live. So she still was around it because she was getting to live. She was getting to live. And that's the thing. This is why a lot of men don't respect women and use women and take women for granted because of the women who are out there gold digging. They mess it up for the rest of the women. So men see these women who are into this hypergamy and just will do anything for money and want a man with money and want a man that could take care of them and want to be at the house. I had to block a lady yesterday because the young lady who was a virgin who wrote in, I told her, get in your purpose, focus on your purpose, stop focusing on these men. A lady gonna come and write, you need to stop lying to these women and you need to tell her that she need to become more feminine so she can meet a man that's gonna take care of her. Blocked. That's the problem right there. That's what men, she talking about, don't tell her to do something your wife ain't doing. My wife got a master's degree. My wife could go take her MCAT again, go to medical school and become a doctor just like her sister.
or go to law school and become a lawyer like her other sister. My wife could do anything she want to do. She choosing to be home with our kids because she has the ability to. But don't think in a heartbeat that my wife can't go earn 6-7 figures instantly, because she a genius. She extremely smart. She 10 times smarter than most of the women who make 7 figures. And I done met a lot of women who make 7 figures. My wife will run circles around them in business, but she don't have to do that. The young lady who wrote in was the virgin. She need to do that because she young and she a virgin and she in a space to where she need to be focused on her, not looking for no man. Now see, these women on Tinder Swindler, they looking for a man, and they looking for a man with money. Mind you, all three of them was interested in this guy who owned private jets, who owned these yachts, who owned this right here. They saw that lifestyle and they wanted that lifestyle, and that's what made them susceptible to his scam. See, it's women who, when they see a guy on a jet and they see all of that, they immediately gonna know this don't make no sense. Why is a man on Tinder if he can afford to fly on a private jet? If he's gonna do online dating, why isn't he on the exclusive online dating that's like $100,000 a year for high earning people on his level? Why isn't he working with $1 million matchmaker on his level? Why is he on the bottom of the barrel Tinder with me who don't have no money? And if you notice, each one of them women, they was like, they didn't have the money in their savings. They had to go take out a loan. They didn't even have $10,000. Because if you got $10,000, you're gonna give $10,000 out your bank account instead of getting a loan where you got to pay interest and you getting a loan off Google. That interest rate probably 300%. So these women on there looking for a man with money, and they didn't even have money. See, that's why you have to be what you want to attract. See, if they were what they want to attract, then they would have picked up every red flag, because money no money. Because they didn't have no money, they didn't know what real money looked like. So they thought that was real money. But if they hadn't got their bag up, they would have been able to see, oh, this ain't how real money move. Because I got money on this level, and this how I move. So if he got money on that level, I know he ain't gonna be moving like this and this and this and this. But see, when you worth $2 and you want somebody that's worth $200,000, they could get over on you, and that $200,000 could be all scam money, all illegal money, all fake money, and you won't even realize it because of where you at. So listen to me. The scammer gonna put you in this here cycle, and it's gonna send you through this range of emotions. And what you have to realize is you got to realize that you're being used. When somebody is able-bodied and it's a million resources in this world, and they coming to you for money, not just one time, but over and over and over again, that's when you know you're being used. You are being used. And the longer you go, the deeper you're gonna get. Because when you're dealing with a scammer, you're dealing with somebody who is crazy. You're dealing with somebody who is ruthless. So if you take this scammer into deep water, they're gonna drown you and drown themselves. Because they don't really fear death. They don't really fear jail. They don't really fear getting in trouble. They know that the end game for them is death. And if you want to go there with them, they will take you there with them. So when you realize you in a scam like the Tinder Swindler, it does not matter if it's been 2 years, 5 years. It don't matter how much time you put in. You got to cut it today and be done with it. Cry, heal, get therapy, and go on about your business. Because the longer you go with them, and then when you try to play their game like that third woman, that's very dangerous what she did. You got to be able to take your losses, get the lesson, and move on with your life. Do not get in the mud with a scammer, because you might not get up. Hey, this is Tony Gaston. God bless you. We'll talk soon.